Hello, I'm Dan. Welcome back to another episode of Factorio, where we are building the fueling station for our train here, which is coming along nicely. I am out of walls in my own inventory, which is a little bit unfortunate because I do need to fill in these corners. But, you can't win them all. Hopefully the logistics robots are coming. Hopefully. We've been off the grid here a little bit because of, this RoboPort wasn't here before, so hopefully they've figured it out by now, and that stuff's coming. So we're just waiting for these walls to show up. We do need to fill in the gap here a little bit with some more electric poles here. Excellent. This stuff is kind of filling up. I'm not really concerned about it, honestly. Most of this stuff is ending up in this one. This side's going to fill up first, but it doesn't really matter. It'll fill up eventually. Most of the time, this stop is pretty meaningless. Honestly, stopping for 15 seconds here seems kind of like a waste, so we may adjust that then. Cut this one down to like 5 or something. And we'll do 15 at each of the other stops. It will make finding, like, the middle of this whole setup kind of hard. But, why aren't the construction robots bringing walls? Is our wall setup messed up? It must be. I mean, we're producing walls over here. This must not be a passive provider chest. Well, it is now. Yep, there we go. They've all figured it out now. And we've got our walls now. So hopefully the construction robots have figured it out. We're obviously getting attacked all over the place. Robots moving everywhere. I really should pick this stuff up. This literally does nothing for us. Actually, I should take a look at our power grid. Yeah, we're not even like coming close to touching our stuff. These only turn on every so often, only when the lasers get going real heavily, I think. So let's come over here. We've got some walls in our inventory now, so we can actually fill in these corners. Excellent. There we go. Fill in that one. There we go. All right, so we should be good now. So let's hop in our train. Let's click on this one. And let's drop this down to 5 seconds here. And then let's click run. We're going to stop the train when we get down to the other end. But this is a pretty good start. For our train setup again. We're gonna have to repeat this for the copper, which is definitely gonna change some things here. We've got all this stuff, just dumping ore in now. And we leave. Excellent. Honestly, we could probably have removed that fueling stop and fueled at one of these stations where we're emptying, but I didn't really want to shift some of this stuff around. So let's hit stop, and we will let this... Oh, geez. I screwed it up. Can we go in reverse? We can. All right, there we go. This is all empty. Let's actually hop out here. Looks like we're almost filled. This center section is filled. I don't know why some of this stuff has taken longer. Probably because of how this works. How this whole thing works, I guess. Should be balancing the load across here, though. Everything should be getting. This one is almost backed up. Yeah, these are all almost full. So maybe we should look into getting our beacons built. Beacons. Beacons need a lot of stuff. We need a lot of beacons. But we should have all of this stuff readily available. All right, well, let's hop in our train. Click on this, and let's run the train. And see what happens. Is it going to go? Are you going to go? It's not going to go. Stop. Let's close this. Let's just back it up ever so slowly. There we go. Now it's going to go. It's going to stop here. Wait just a second. Well, 15 seconds to be exact. Let's just follow this through once, and then we'll just hop out. We just got to be super careful to watch for the train, because we do not want to get hit by the train. Okay, so this will just fly around to here. This is going to load up. And we're going to move on. Stop. It's not even going to do anything because we're basically full. It's going to leave. Swing around to here. Stop. And then that's going to fill up. Pretty excellent. I think we're probably almost definitely going to need to run multiple trains. We'll see though. Once we get this thing actually running on its own for a little while. And that's going to stop. and empty, and I'm going to get out. And then we're going to watch this go. If we have to run multiple trains, I may have to rethink how this empties, basically. Yeah, that didn't even empty that middle one completely. Basically, I just want to see... Yeah, I think... Yeah, if we're going to run multiple trains, we probably have to... do this differently on both sides here so that we can, more of these can actually empty at once, basically. But the reason we're waiting here is because we want to see how far this gets along in emptying before, well, by the time the train gets back. Because we may even have to, we're actually backing up, honestly. So this is going to back up here in a moment, which is actually fine. Because we're going to turn these things on soon. Maybe this episode, if we're lucky. So we got the back section emptied. These front ones haven't even started unloading yet. But we're actually basically backed up now. Basically. And here comes the train. So yeah, this hasn't been a great example. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. Since these are all basically hooked up, we're going to turn these on. There we go. And then these will all fire up. Excellent. That's good. That's what we want. All right, and that'll start building the iron buffer on the output side of things. And then this will all go. I do have an idea for how to rework this. It'll basically be something like this, where these come in this way and then meet up into a splitter. Actually, they won't even need to meet up into a splitter if we do this right. It'll just put them on the same belt, and then we can just do this and then bring it down into one side of this, and then we can kind of do the same thing here. We'll have to move this around a little bit and bring these this way and that way, so we're actually using all sides of the belt on both sides. I definitely think that's a pretty good idea, but we're just going to let this go. And we're going to go see about making some stuff. Once this stuff starts to get filled up, which is going to take a while. Or actually, once we get all of our beacons in place, we'll see about starting to hook some stuff up here. I think what I decided we're going to do is 2 of these are going to run up and hook up to the end. The next 2 sets are going to run up and hook up to like kind of the middle-ish. And then the last 2 will feed directly into a set of 2 of them designed to make steel. And that should hopefully solve our shortage problem here. I'm not too terribly concerned about our copper right now because we're actually pretty far backed up on the copper. Probably because we're backed up on electronic circuits. But that's probably going to all change here in the future. All right, so what do we... Oh, that's right. We want to make beacons. So beacon needs red circuits, green circuits, and steel and copper cable. So we've got red circuits here. We've got green circuits here. That's a lot of blue circuits. So we're going to need to bring these down here. All right, so assembly machine, gonna go here, roughly. What do we need of each of these? We need 20 and 20, huh? 20, 20, and steel is 10 steel. So I think what we're gonna do... I kind of want to be able to get the steel. We'll get the steel up the other side. We'll have to get copper plates up somewhere here as well. So actually, we're going to come out a little bit further. This is going to go here. And then this is going to go this way. Okay, this is going to go here. All right, and then this is going to go here. Excellent. And then actually what we can do here, I think, is this. Excellent. I didn't really want to pick up the steel, but that's fine. This guy can go right here and turn this way. All right. And then we need to get some copper across. So this is going to go... There would need to be a gap there. So here. All right. And then 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here to there, here to there, here to there. Excellent. We just pick that stuff up. This goes this way. And what we're going to need up here is we're going to need this guy. We're going to need this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, that one, and then an output. That's just going to go into a passive provider chest. Copper is going to come up here. Probably just go this way, like so. You are going to make copper wire, and you are going to make beacons. I don't really want to fill this whole thing with beacons. Let's just go with, I don't know how high they stack. Let's see how high they stack, and then we'll do that. Okay, this is going to go here. We're going to put one here. And then, oh, actually, hang on. If we do that, there we go. Let's see how this goes. I'm not entirely sure. We may need to ramp up. Nah, I don't think we're going to need to ramp up the speed on the input any. Okay, so now we need speed modules. Speed modules are fairly easy. I don't really want to make speed module 2s and 3s at the moment. They're pretty expensive. Yeah. Those are pretty hefty. But we can actually do we can bring this up this way a little bit. And actually these can actually come up on their own. And then we will underground belt across here. And if we put one of these guys down like here, we can bring this up to here, and then we can do this, this, and then this, and we will make one of these, and then these are going to make just regular speed modules. And we'll put one there and one there. And that should go with this guy making regular speed modules, and we're gonna limit that down to 1 stack as well. It's gonna take a little while to get that going. So, what are we going to do next time? We're pretty much at the end of the episode here. Next time, well, between episodes, I'm going to let those speed modules build up. Then I am going to... And I'm going to place those beacons and put the speed modules in said beacons. Then the next time we will, in theory, hook up the iron, our new iron production, and remove the old. And then we're going to start looking at, once we remove the old, we will shift the ore up here into the top train, and then we will start working on shifting the steel production down below. Copper's gonna be last because we're gonna, design a whole train network for that and mine a whole bunch of stuff. But I think that'll do it for this time. So, if you liked the video, click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for some more Factorio. Thanks for watching.